Hi all, this is Dr. J and Professor
Hello.
Slager from Long Island, New York, where the weather was snowy this morning, then it was sunny, and now it's cloudy. We had everything today, a little bit of all.
That's true.
And Dr. J had two workouts today. I did a double workout, an hour in the morning and an hour just before, so I'm totally exhausted. I've been the influence of Cobra Kai on me. I want to be the oldest black belt in Taekwondo.
That's funny.
You think I can do it, Alex? Be the oldest black belt in Taekwondo?
Well, I missed the first part there. I was having computer issues, but good afternoon to you both. How's the week been thus far?
It was good. I was telling Professor Spike I had two workouts this morning. I had one at 10 o'clock and one just before the show. So in case I faint, that's why.
You doing some karate, Dr. J?
What's that?
Doing some karate? I heard the black belt mention as I got on.
Oh yeah, Taekwondo. My boxing coach likes to sneak in a little Taekwondo with me.
Good for you. Good for you.
That's great.
Yeah, it's good for the Parkinson's because you stiffen up and that loosens you up.
Yes, which is why I keep promising.
Better than any pill the neurologist could give me. Linda's showing the guys how to pick them. Linda, and you know who else is showing up the guys? Kat. Kat is doing sneakily well, awesomely well. Kat has LCTX from $1.10.
Oh yeah.
Kat is celebrating today. As LCTX was I didn't catch it. I would have been out at $4. Now it's like $3.
Right.
Something like that. LCTX, Linear Cell Technology, Inc. The spin-off from Geron, I believe.
Really?
Way back. I believe so. I think I got some.
Wouldn't that put a bad taint on it for you?
I got some free shares, and then I kept adding to it. So I got a nice chunk of it. I would have totally out at $4. I was kicking myself I didn't get up earlier.
Yeah, no, it's 20% today, around that.
Yeah. Man is showing us up in his picks. He's doing quite well. And Chris only needs one symbol, 4 letters. What's Chris's 4 letters? You don't need anything else. ARWR.
Oh, okay.
ARWR.
I didn't put names on them.
RNAI. Remember the other 4 letters. RNAI. That's not a stock symbol. That's
not a stock symbol. You have me investigated. Like mRNA. That would have been a mistake.
At least not that I'm aware of. It could be, but I don't own it. I mean, it's a type of technology. It turns the gene off would be this way. Turns the gene off. It's got to do with the genome and RNA.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's safe.
You know who was the most knowledgeable on this entire board, including us? Clarence. If there's something I don't know, I go to our resident guru from upstate New York, Clarence. And I don't say that just to flatter him. He really knows a lot. Ada. Oh, I don't know that Trump was on
it depends. I mean, if it's part of the overall agenda to get vaccines into people's arms and to be more egalitarian, then yes. If it's about rewarding big companies, then or growing companies, then no. So
we're gonna see over the next year or two exactly what he's all about.
Well, I mean, so far the stock market is optimistic anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have to give credit where credit is due, and Trump pulled off one of the biggest miracles in biotechnology ever, called warp speed. 9 months, we have a vaccine.
Yes.
And it's largely due to that man. It's his insistence that it get done. So, you know, he did a lot of things that we don't like. At least I don't like. But he did do some good things. Operation Warp Speed, I consider a miracle. You could say, oh, it's not him, it's Pfizer, it's Moderna, etc. But he saw to it that the FDA played ball. He saw to it that they put their nose to the grind and got it done. I think he had a large part. Yeah, he had a lot to do with it. Put it that way.
Cat saying that you were responsible for LCT.
I mean, I don't talk politics in this show, and I'm not saying I love Trump, and I'm not saying I hate him, but I'm just saying with respect to biotech, he may not have been that bad. And he also wanted to get things done quickly in general, and the FDA drags its feet, makes the process so slow. If we can speed things up even 10%, it would help a lot. Then drugs would automatically be cheaper. You know, grant more spas, grant more special protocols for fast track, all of that stuff. I don't know why everything has to take 10 years for a drug to get developed.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. With Warp Speed, there were a lot of questions left unanswered, but that doesn't mean that we should be sitting on our hands. Right? So we don't know for it whether or not it's not shared with it. We don't know a lot of things, but at least we got something and we're moving.
I am in phase 3B study because I got poked. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, you're in phase 3A or something, you know, because if they were smart, they would take data about you. Make sure you don't throw an arm out of your head or something. You know, from all the changes they make to your RNA.
Nobody has been hotter than Pete. Up 30% for Jan 1 on all his picks, 5 picks. Not to mention up 25% 1 week. Up, I don't know, he won about half the weekly contests. So nobody's been
formidable.
Yeah, so whatever Pete says, I do. Right, Pete? Dr. J is not following you.
That's why I'm an Aspen also.
I am now officially following Pete.
Linda requested GHSI at some point, which is not a bad idea.
Okay, I'm following Linda and Pete. Linda's up 28% on the year. By the way, our very own Arjun is up 24% on the year.
Well, and then when VBIV really hits.
When VBIV really hits. I made money on VBIV the other day. It was $1.81. I took a lot of profits off, and then I got back in $1.25. I mean 3 1/4.
Yeah,
it was 381.
Yeah, I'm just riding it to the big numbers.
You know, we're almost not allowed to talk about Sorrento Farms.
I know.
Jake gets furious.
It's true, he does. I have it on the list. I have it on the list under oldies but goodies. Just in case anybody wants to like a what happened when.
These con guys, they said we were going to be bought for 8. They lied just to get the price up. Then they did it again, and they did it again, and they did it again.
Well,
he's not
it's all just talk at this point.
Jake is not thrilled with management.
Right.
He's not thrilled with management on CVM either.
Right. Well, I know he's our naysayer.
You know what he said on Friday's show? The strongest statement ever. He would get a tattoo on his ankle if CVM had positive results. A tattoo of CVM. I asked him if he was so sure that he would move it to his derriere, and he said he wasn't quite that sure.
Yeah, he wasn't quite that sure to move it to his butt.
Quite that sure.
But you know, Gert sent out a nice little letter over the weekend. I'm sure you've seen it.
Gert? No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was, you know, a keep the faith letter. And so, you know,
we believe it's a Tug McGraw letter.
Tug McGraw?
Tug McGraw, you got to believe.
Oh, you got to believe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Being from Minneapolis, you don't know about Tug McGraw. He's a legend in both Philadelphia and New York.
It's more about his residence on the time scale more than his residence in the United States.
Well, he played for both the Mets and Philadelphia. He was star for both. There was another great Met player that played for both teams. Trying to think now.
And the Phillies?
And the outfielder that was in.
Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah, got indicted or something, right?
Was it Lenny Dykstra?
Yeah, Lenny Dykstra. Didn't he get indicted?
I don't know. He's really into the stock market like we are.
But so, I think he did. He did something quite illegal. I don't remember.
Pete Rosie. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Right in the PayPal app. Wow.
Yeah, thanks, Clarence. Maybe I could buy a 20th of one.
Yes. Yes, Tug McGraw, both Philly and the Mets. You gotta believe. But Lenny Dykstra, who would you say was the biggest star? Lenny Dykstra or Tug McGraw? They're both stars.
Well, Tug McGraw is more memorable in terms of, I mean, look, Lenny Dykstra was involved in the big stuff, but
because you gotta believe, or being a great lefty reliever. Well, which one is it?
For being a reliever, and I mean, during those diehard Mets days back in the early '70s, when you really had to believe. It was easy to believe in 1986. It was harder to believe in the early '70s.
I remember when he was on Philadelphia in a playoff game against the Dodgers. I think it was ninth inning, and he walked the bases loaded, and then he struck out the side.
Really?
Typical Tug. I don't know if he struck out the side, but he had him out without scoring.
So John Gross is talking about a stock called OCUP, which made a big move today. I've never heard of it. I'm not sure if you have either.
What's that?
OCUP. Unless that was another one of those acronyms like ICUP, where you're supposed to go.
That's I remember ICUP, right?
Occupier.
I remember that one. That reminds me of the Yellow Streak by IP Standing and the Yellow Stream by IP Sitting. Are we getting off the beaten track here?
I would say that we're sort of, it's up 16% on the day. It's doing a little cubic function today.
We need Jake. I can't answer that question as approval.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We need Jake.
But I think wasn't there some issue about a label? I'm not sure what it is. There was some issue about a label.
Right, but it didn't mean that they weren't going to get bought out, and that was what he's sort of in for.
Right, but there's some question about the label on that the FDA might go along with or might not go along with.
Yeah, there was some little to do there. I don't remember what.
Linda's grilling our new visitor, John.
Right, John.
John, you have to answer all Linda questions. That's a requirement. Let's share screen before we.
Yeah, okay, that'd be great.
As always,
take down Linda's comment first. That'd be great.
As always, your own due diligence. Our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Right?
That's right. Take down Linda's comment before you go live.
And check with your investment advisor, whoever that is, your dog, your wife, before you go buy anything that we.
You shouldn't put those.
Right now, I'm not just high on stocks. I'm just high. Period.
Why? What's in the glass?
I have a Taekwondo high.
Oh, okay. Because LCTX made a little bit of a move, but not that big a move that you should go to the booze. And I'm
happy about this one that I'm gonna share with you in a minute. The chart of Caladrius Biosciences. Wow, 329. Holy mackerel. We'll
So
talk about that one. I think
sure,
we have
something you've been hiding in your back pocket, my friend.
no, did I ever mention it? I think once with Jake I mentioned that I owned that one.
Okay.
I'm sure I mentioned it.
Once you get rid of Lindsay's comment, we can take a
I
look at it.
I no longer own it.
Are you in 3M at all? Or did you bail all of that?
I have little.
I bailed. I did a big bake sale on Friday. I was glad to do it. I don't know what I'm getting back in yet.
Alex, you got any new thoughts on DMAC and Green Thumb? I got them ready to be charted too.
Yeah, I mean, we can start with those, or we can, start with the usual suspects and get to those. I'm flexible, so I've got thoughts on both. So ready when you guys are.
All right, so we'll do CLDS first, and then we'll switch over and we'll do DMAC, and we'll do Green Thumb, and then we'll throw in some VBIV, some LCTX, some Sava, some Dermatech, some
GHSI for Linda.
Amazon, what does Linda want?
GHSI.
GHSI, Amazon, Curaleaf. We'll give them all a look. They'll have to go quickly, though.
Yeah. Yeah. CL.
Did I have to remove a comment, you said? Or did I do that? I did that.
No, you did. You're good. You are good.
I am good.
You are.
That's
yeah, no, this one I never heard of.
That's the last time I heard that was when I was 21 years old. All right. I'm single.
Wow.
Getting married, it ruins your whatever.
Wow.
It has some negative.
Alex, you're not married, are you?
What's that?
Alex, are you married?
No, not single actually. So furthest thing from.
What do you do when you want aggravation?
When I want aggravation?
Yeah, where do you go when you want aggravation?
Go to the gym. Go to do some Taekwondo like Dr. J.
Yeah, left block, right block, X block, X block. All right, so 332 right now. Pre-market it was $4. Killed me, but I didn't catch it. I sold it. What did I sell it at? I don't remember. I sold it today in the threes.
Well, it went up as high as 489.
I did not get the fours. I got the threes.
No, you were in it to one, so you're happy.
I'm not unhappy, but
it's nice to double your money in one day.
Yeah, it was a nice present. I took the profits on this one, but I didn't take the profits on LCTX, which I could have done as well. That one hit 4. So, I mean, the chart on this, in my opinion, the news wasn't worth the price it ran up to. The news was we started a trial, big deal, first patient dose. Whenever I see that as news, I take my money and run. So, judging on what the news is, I might stay in, but not the first patient dose. That's my signal to get out. Anyway, the candle is quite extreme, and I think that before it's over, it might even fill this gap all the way down to $1.60 again.
Well,
right.
What was the market perceiving here? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a surprise to people who follow a stock or a company that they'd get a first patient enrollment announcement and the stocks doubles.
These penny stocks are acting like penny stocks.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah,
so
right. There's nothing on Yahoo that indicates that there's anything worth good news.
No,
it's the news about The
When a
first page.
penny, Alex, when a penny stock doubles and triples in front of your eyes, just don't ask questions. Take the money and run. Now that's a Woody Allen movie. I'll quote Woody.
Take the money and run.
Take the
Come
money.
on, take the money and run.
Take that money and run. So Caladrius Biosciences, I took the money and I didn't run. And do I have a desire to get back in? Maybe one day after this gap is filled. I think the gap gets filled.
Right.
So I'm not high on CLBS. I'm just happy, not high. Happy I took my money and ran.
All right. It's that's booze worthy a little bit anyway. Oh, this is LCTX. Big move today.
I did not take the money and run. I should have.
I know you even recommended this one, like at the beginning of the week.
I mean, we talked about it on Friday with Jake and Kat.
Right. Right.
Jake bought it on the show. This is the only time I
Oh,
remember.
that was one of his fights on the show.
He bought it on the show, and then I asked him Friday, by the way, do you still own it? He said, oh, I don't know. Maybe a small amount. He wasn't even sure if he owned it. So I brought up the subject on Friday. It didn't show the chart. But even though it didn't fill the gap, to me, this is enough of a candle reversal to make me stay in it and maybe even buy more. I just like the action today. I know it was $4 pre-market and came all the way down. A nice recovery for the day. Very nice recovery. So I'm still in this one. If anything, I might even add on this one. I liked it. There's a stem cell company. They have macular degeneration drug at late stage. I think it's late phase. And then they have spinal cord injury, all that stuff, all that good stuff. And then they have oncology. They're starting an oncology program. I think with dendritic stem cells for some, I forget the indication. Maybe lung cancer. Maybe I don't quote me on that. I don't remember.
Right. And see, I saw most of the eye stuff.
I can't remember everything about every stock I own. I'm back up to 60 stocks again. Keep buying. I sold. I went to 47.
I'm hanging tough on this one. Where are you in this one?
I'm adding on every opportunity. I really like this one. I think it's perhaps the best of the Alzheimer's drugs. So I like it better than Eli Lilly, which is making new highs every day. I like it better than Biogen, which all the analysts are jumping back in. So I like it. And let's face it, Lilly.
Biogen had some bad news on their Alzheimer's drug.
On Lilly?
No, Biogen.
Yeah, I had it wrong. You were right. I was wrong.
But Some just had positive. The sort of things were looking good, but they haven't everything official.
No, but you had it right. The AdCom committee turned thumbs down, but the FDA may approve.
Oh, okay, I got you. So that might be a reason to get back in, because we know that now they don't listen to those guys anymore. In fact, maybe now that Biden's president, they'll stop countermanding each other.
Biogen, I added. I bought it 233. I bought it 240. Now for now, I'm not adding anymore. It's 270, I think, something like that. But we're talking about Sava. We're talking about Alzheimer's. We're talking about a very, very good drug here.
Right.
I think this one gets bought.
I'm hanging tough with this one.
I really like this one. It's not my favorite.
We got in originally at 10, and then it took a hit to 8, and then I don't know if you bought it.
It's a good time to buy right now, in my opinion. It's a buy right now. It doesn't have to come back. It's a buy right now.
I got my numbers wrong.
So in my opinion, it's a buy now.
I was thinking something else. I was thinking that, right.
There's nothing wrong with buying right now. If you're not in it, I'm in it. I'm in it, and I'm still buying now. I'm buying now. I'm buying yesterday. I'm buying a lot. I like this one. I don't like it as much as I like Dermatech, which we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Dermatech's a baby these days.
But it's becoming one of my favorites in the biotech area. So I do like this one. I think it's low enough that you can take a little position in it, and it goes lower. You add. Comes down to the 9-day and the 10s. Just add. This is a long term.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice it was that far off the 9-day, but it is.
This is a swing. This is not a swing trade. This is a long-term play. I'm looking for triple, a minimum of triple on this one.
Okay.
And all right, so I should take a quick look at BIIB, being that I mentioned it.
Might as well, since we talked about it.
Yep.
Yeah. And Lilly, of course, is making new highs every day based on their Alzheimer's drug, based on some other drugs. I mean, they're big bio, so is this one. I mean, look at what it was based on what they thought the outcome vote was going to be highly positive. It ran that down to 363. If the FDA reverses it, it'll be 400.
Yeah, that's true.
You have a big bio acting like a little bio on BIIB with the Alzheimer's drug. There is nothing. There is no Alzheimer's drug. There's no effing Alzheimer's drug that works.
Right, but the FDA is not going to approve one that doesn't work.
No, but if it has any efficacy at all, they're going to approve.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Sherry.
What the hell? I'll just do Lilly for a second. This is a good place to buy on this little dip today. 270 is okay to buy, especially in this crazy market where biotech is just crazy hot. I wasn't going to do Lilly. I wasn't going to do Biogen, but quickly. Lilly is Lilly is like an EV play or a pop play.
Exactly right.
You have a multi-billion-dollar market cap, big bio acting like Neo or something, making new highs, going parabolic. I mean, it's crazy, really crazy. I just thought I'd show that chart quickly. I want to look at. I'm not saying you buy Lilly. I'm not saying to buy Lilly here. I'm saying if you're going to buy Lilly, look for the pullback.
Yeah,
don't chase it.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna do LCT next, because LCTX, since that's sort of on the same.
LCTX, I don't remember the chart already.
Okay, I think you had. Okay.
What's the symbol? DMAC, right?
Yeah, DMAC.
All right, you're on.
Not its brightest day today, but
it's okay. It pulled back to just above, just above support. It's fine.
Yeah, I think here you have a nice little consolidation range. It's definitely still within that, and as I've talked about before, early April, I would say, is when you'll get the first cohort of kidney data from their phase 2 study. And I'm actually, as a long-term holder of the stock, I'm somewhat encouraged that it's just been able to hold this range, because obviously it had a great run up from mid-November or so to here. And, I think near term, it might be easier to swing this from, the low 9s into the 10 and change area if you're looking for a short-term dynamic on it.
Yes.
But I think, longer term, and my thesis here is that the kidney results are going to be good. And then, you could be looking at a significant move following that. And, you know, as a long-term shareholder, I'm happy as to how it's been acting, you know, the last month or so, just kind of holding this consolidation range. You know, as I mentioned, you can probably swing it from, you know, a close like today at 940 back up into the mid tens. But, you know, as I mentioned, longer term, I think you got a subset of patients from their stroke data that came out last year that also had chronic kidney disease. And the biomarkers I looked at, you know, it's pretty encouraging to see what they can produce in terms of a full subset of patients in a phase 2 kidney disease study. So I'm encouraged here. I don't mind that, you know, it's playing ping pong with itself over the past few weeks. You know, for a swing trader like, you know, we are, I think you can easily swing this name. It's thinly traded. So, you know, be somewhat careful. But I think it's, you know, a good buy here in the 9s. And I know Dr. J probably agrees, as this is kind of in his purchase zone here. So
this is exactly this is a buy right now. It is a buy. It's holding support, and it gave back basically its entire trading range in one day. And I think it's very good buy, swing trade, if nothing else, because you have 873, let's say 870 as your stop loss, and 10,
Right.
10, 12 as your take profit. It's a fair trade.
Yep.
It's a fair trade. So it's a nice swing trade. It's also a nice long-term hold.
Yeah, that would definitely be, you know, my kind of final thesis on it is, you know, for the next few weeks or a month or so, I think you can swing it in that range. But, you know, as a long-term holder, I'm not going to sell my core position in it until we get more news on the kidney front. Because you look at what can happen with a drug that gets pushed to a phase 3, like Reata Pharmaceuticals comes to mind, and you can just get an absolutely parabolic move, you know, from $10 here roughly to, you know, my price target end of year is roughly in the mid to high 30s. So, you know, I think it's a great long-term hold here, but easily swingable. I mean, it's quite a predictable stock for someone who follows it quite closely. You can kind of play it intraday. It usually gets a nice bump in the morning, loses some steam, and then recovers nicely in the afternoon. We're not seeing that so much today, but, you know, I think as someone who knows the stock well, I think it's easily swingable, and it's a great long-term hold here.
I would say it's close right about 1040. I don't know if somebody's giving me echo feedback. Alex, maybe you mute yours for a moment.
Is that better?
Yeah, perfect. I guess all three of us should be wearing earplugs, but I don't like wearing them, but I guess we should. Anyway, I like a close above 1035 for a play.
Yeah.
So if it closes above 1025, I'd be a buyer. I'd be a buyer right here for a swing trade, and possibly swing a portion, keep a portion, something like that.
Yep, I think that's a great call,
Yeah,
Dr. J.
and that when it does hit, or if it does hit, you'll
Say that again.
If it does hit, you're not going to get. You know, the whole idea about the other swing trade with CVM was that if you sold too hard, you know, if you sold too early or bought too soon, that you're going to get screwed.
Yeah.
But this is such a tight range that's not really likely to happen.
Yeah. Yep, I think it's a hold into at least April, May, just as we get more clarity on their kidney trials, which, you know, for any serious biotech investor, I mean, I'd look into the science. It's a pretty interesting company, and you know, the KLK1 protein is a protein that your body naturally produces, and it's pretty vital to a lot of different organ function. So I think the science is interesting there. And let's talk about Dr. J's little baby here, Dermtech.
Yep.
Biotech, I first got in at 15. I knew about it in single digits somehow. procrastinated. Nevertheless, I'm in for a nice ride from $15 to $25. Sold it, bought it back at just about the same price, and been adding ever since. So you might say I'm in since $15, and keep adding. I like this one. I think this one has beastly-like behavior. So judging from the chart, judging from the science, judging from their phase 3 study results and their subsequent approval, and now judging from one insurance company after another beginning to put them on whatever it's called, whatever tier 1, 2, 3. I don't know from the tiers, whatever tiers they decide to put them in. They're paying off, put it that way. Medicare is giving them $750 a shot for the patch that determines whether pigmented growth is melanoma or not. So it's a tremendous all around, fundamentals, technicals, everything.
I think a lot of chat is going on about GHSI, so I think we should go to it before we run out of opportunity.
Okay, so this one is a strong buy. It's one of my two picks for the year, two best picks. My best pick is Dermatech. I picked it on top for the weekly as well. We should really look at that, but no time for now. No time right now. Check out stockpicks.com, STOKPIKS.com for all of the picks of Dr. J, Professor Spike, Alex, Arjan, Jake, Linda, Pete, Nana, MA, and Big Techs. I think there's 10 of us this week. Confucia couldn't make it this week. We gave him a week off.
Yeah.
All right, so Dermtech.
Do GHSI if you could, Dr. J.
What's that?
GHSI.
Yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Been a popular one. I've been in and out and in and out. So many times I'm getting dizzy.
Well, I don't know what to read about this myself. I'm not a very good reader. There we go. Look at that. I was thinking there might be an opportunity to jump back in the 50s, but I guess that's not going to happen.
I don't know. To me, I would have gotten, if I was looking to get back in, I would have done it at just around the middle of this candle. And I think it almost hit the middle of this candle. So at this point, I'm not interested personally from the chart. It could blow away the old high, but more than likely we get another dip down, maybe to the 9-day, maybe to 70 pennies. I don't like this. I'm not going to chase this one. I don't know what the fundamentals are, but I'm not chasing. Not this one.
This is another one that does eyes.
Another macular degeneration play.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So no real interest to you, huh?
Not to me. Not this time.
Okay.
But in other words, I might buy a dip, a substantial dip here, but I'm not interested now. It doesn't mean it's not going to $1 tomorrow, but I'm just not interested.
Understood. Well, this is why we all log in. See what you like and see what you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not in love with that one at this point. This one is my top pick on the year. I almost don't care what the chart is. I think Super Bowl Sunday, it's going to break every record in the books for
Well, maybe, yeah.
Oh, it's going to clean up. Come February what? What day is it this year?
February 7th.
February 7th. You got to be in it to win it. And this is one that you got to be in. You got to own this one. In my opinion, it's a it's a must hold. This one should be 100 by the end of the year. As states become one by one start adopting legalization of sports betting,
Mhm.
the potential market here is going to grow and grow and grow, and they're going to get the lion's share of it. I mean, we debated whether Penn would be a better play or not, and Alex pointed out the last not a pure online play, whereas this you're getting a pure online play.
Yeah.
So
You were talking about Barstool, right?
the old high is 64.19, right? I say it takes us out by Super Bowl Sunday. That's my prediction on Draftkings. I have my crystal ball working really well. In fact, I had it cleaned. I had it cleaned because it wasn't totally clear, but I had it cleaned out. And the crystal ball is telling me that it's going to
a little spit and polish.
Before Super Bowl Sunday, it will make a new high. It'll follow this trend line up right to the old high. Okay, that's DraftKings, and by the end of the year, I'm looking for a double.
Okay. All right.
Amazon.com, I bought back, and I bought back, and I bought back, and I'm glad I bought back.
Somebody said there's never a wrong time to buy Amazon. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, somebody said that. And when in doubt, buy Amazon. So I was in doubt on Tuesday, so I bought some more. I love this company. February 2nd, on Friday, I told you all February 2nd would be blowout earnings.
I agree. It's going to be a blowout.
You got to be in it to win it. The earnings are going to blow the wildest forecasts away. Especially that they were very sneaky with Prime Day. I told you that. Prime Day they pushed into the fourth quarter.
Right.
Traditionally, it's been in the third quarter. So they're really looking to juice the numbers for the fourth quarter. And it's a beautiful long-term, well, not that long.
It looks like you got even a little bit of a pendant going there.
It's a beautiful trend line. It's following a beautiful low slope trend line, not one of these parabolic crazy moves, but it's just a steady move up. And I think we're going to see that to new highs. By the end of the year, how about 4,000 by the end of the year?
Okay.
You with me on that?
Well,
my second favorite thing, while we're at it, and I bought some last week and the week before, is Google.
Really?
My second favorite thing. I sold my Apple to buy Google.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so far it's paid out. It's paid off for me nicely. I sold my Apple at...
I got a nice little pop today, it looks like. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice pop today. I've been buying in the, the low 1800, low 1700s. So this is nice.
Hey, so maybe Omar's going to be the winner this year.
Well, maybe. Omar is very conservative.
I know, he loves the fangs.
Yeah, he loves the fangs. I love them too. I mean, but I don't want to own all of them. I want to pick the ones the two that I like the most. And right now it's Google and Apple. Those are the two I'm in. And the gap up today, I'm not worried about a gap fill on this one.
Right.
This one could run to 2,300.
You have a swing off that one?
What?
Sell a little bit just to swing a couple dollars, no?
Now?
You have so much of it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't swing this one. I put this one away.
I'm just saying right now from this pop you just got from the day.
No, I would not look for a swing. I would, if I wanted to enter, I'd enter with a pullback, at least to the middle of the candle.
Talking about bailing and getting a couple of millions back. That thing comes back.
I mean, I should bail and then buy back. I could.
Just for the day swing trade.
I could do that. It may not. It might be a good idea, but actually not a bad idea because it's had such a big pop. It probably.
See, this is the nice thing about not having commissions, because for however little I buy, if I wanted to do something like that, commissions would eat it all up.
Well, why aren't you in with a broker with no commission?
No, I'm saying this in the old days. No, now I don't pay commissions.
Sure.
So I'm allowed to put my dime in. Here's your dime.
You know, I have only 2 brokerage accounts, and I'm dissatisfied with both of them. So I'm thinking of opening up yet a third one. I have Merrill, which is zero cost, but they don't let you buy a lot of stocks. Like I can't buy Curaleaf. I can't buy GT.
You know, I know they're very restrictive about what you could buy in Merrill.
Yeah, I mean, even at my own risk, I can't buy it.
No, I know.
And so I buy it in Ameritrade, which is now Schwab, and they charge me like $6 for that trade, or $7.
Right.
So it annoys me.
For penny stocks and for options, they charge.
Yeah. Well, I understand options. But I was thinking also of opening up an interactive broker account. I understand them very good. Omar trades with them.
Which one?
Interactive brokers.
Oh, I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. Not a personal user on Schwab, but heard good things about interactive brokers.
Yes, so have I. All right, so this one is a long-term buy, short-term wait for a pullback to get in. It's overbought right now, as is much of the market, though. And technically, the RSI is, I can't say what it says, 67, is it? Just about overbought. We're approaching overbought territory here on the RSI, and I just feel that you can get a better entry point than 1880. I could be wrong, of course. Maybe it's now or never, and as it takes off to 3,000. But at least Dr. J is not going to be left behind on this one. Not this time.
Right.
All right, let's go to.
Can you do surf? SURF?
Yeah, let's do surf. I bought some surf today because I went to the beach and I saw the tide was up. So I bought some. I'm right by the beach.
You dreamed of the ocean. Actually, I dreamed of the ocean.
I'm right by the beach, and I figured, let me take a walk on the beach in between workout sessions. I like stocks like this, but I don't like to buy them at this point in time. I like to buy them a little lower.
Hmm.
So you're looking at like below 12 for an entry point for me.
Yeah, I mean, I listed myself at 1075 as an entry point when I looked at it.
Well, I'm not interested in. I bought today or yesterday. I forget. Yesterday, I bought. I paid considerably less than this. I don't know what the hell I paid. I think I bought on Tuesday, so I bought yesterday. I paid around.
Still a little on the high side yesterday.
I think I paid. I must have paid around $13, something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's enough for me for now. Unless if it drops, I'll average down. If it keeps going up, I might just take my profits. There's all kinds of rumors, buyout rumors, etc., etc. Like every biotech has those buyout rumors. But maybe this one is really going to happen. You never know. One of them it's going to happen. I think this is going to be the year of the buyout for biotech.
Well, that would be nice.
I think you'll see about a dozen companies over the next 6 months get taken out.
Right.
Maybe,
We're not going to worry about monopoly.
maybe BCRX, AUPH could be amongst them.
Right. And VBIV also maybe.
VBIV also.
And Sava.
And Sava and Athesis and all kinds of.
And Athesis, yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
What would
They could be bought out by the Japanese partner. But they don't have enough money. They'd have to go get a partner with to take them out. But it could happen.
Uh-huh. So which one is that? Athesis?
Yeah. They could be taken out.
Good.
Because Hardy.
Maybe I'll get my $3 back.
If it's taken out before data, it would be a tough fight because you'd have to win enough shareholder votes. It would be a tough one. You're looking at $5. For a hostile takeover.
Sounds about right.
It's not going to be cheap. You're looking at $5. I don't know. And even then, a lot of shareholders feel like they gypped. This one I bought more today. I couldn't help it because it pulled right back to the rest of it. Pulled back to the 9. It pulled back to the 9. This I just want to load up more on the marijuana plays. I think Curaleaf is as good as any of them. Similar to GTBIF, which we're going to look at next. And to me, they're like brethren. Similar companies. They have dispensaries in large cities, in big states. They're vertically integrated, just like Green Thumb. And I don't know which one has better revenues and so on, but this is a good one. I've been to the Curaleaf in Long Island. It's very impressive operation. I've also been to the MedMen in Long Island.
Friends of mine from California who are familiar with both say that it's sort of like the difference between Kmart and Walmart.
Yes.
That Curaleaf is more like a Kmart. It's a little bit nicer, and that the MedMen is a little bit more functional.
I had a much better feeling about the knowledge of the pharmacy people in Curaleaf. I thought it was much more professional. But MedMen impressed me enough that I bought a bunch at 15 cents, 14 cents. And
it's a little up there now.
That's one that I may add to. My target there is 39 cents. I think it's 18 cents.
Oh,
so at 39 cents, I'll be happy. This one, I have no target. Seriously, if it goes.
You've been in this for a long time, right? So you've been averaging. You have a pretty good dollar cost average.
I have a pretty good dollar cost average. Been buying since like $3, $4, whatever the lows were.
Mm-hmm.
I'm well positioned in this one. Yeah.
I think that the marijuana trades very much in the early to at most middle innings. I kind of compare it to Draftkings. There's just too many catalysts that you can look out and see over the next year or two to sell the stock. In Draftkings' case, you're talking about state by state legalization, which is similar to marijuana, but with these multi-state operators, they're still trading over the counter. You have uplisting potential, which I think is inevitable within the next 12 to 18 months at the most. So I think, any of these multi-state operators, whether it be a Curaleaf, a Green Thumb, a Trulieve, a MedMen, I think you can buy them and own them all if you want. I mean, they're all pretty good plays in my eyes.
I had in mind to buy some GTBIF today. Instead, I somehow or other clicked on this buy on Curaleaf. My hand took me there. But I did have it in mind to buy a little GTBIF. I probably will.
Yeah, there was this idea about trying to go American. So both these companies are Canadian. Right?
No,
The only one the only I saw that was American was Medicine Man.
no,
But
Curaleaf is American.
Yep. So is Green Thumb.
Green Thumb was American, right?
Yep.
They're all American.
You know, the Canadian plays to me, you know, I just prefer the US plays right now much more than like a Tilray or a Village Farms or some of those plays, you know, because there's just so much more room for growth and expansion within the United States market. So, I mean, that's where my money would be. I don't have anything against owning any of the Canadian operators, but, you know, I think your risk reward in the American market here is a lot better than it is trying to decipher which Canadian player is going to, you know, stick their head up above the crowd. So,
are you sure you're only 25?
Dead serious. Yep.
Because you know your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I personally, I've been to Canada and quite a few times actually throughout the past few years, obviously not in the last year, but you know, I went to a couple of these stores and, you know, what I've heard from them is, you know, obviously at the beginning they had huge supply issues. You know, I still think they're kind of right sizing that. But you know, on the American side, you're going to get state by state legalization. I mean, I am 25. I know how young people think about marijuana, and I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. I think you'll get uplisting here, which is going to be huge for these stocks because, as you know, Dr. J just alluded to, there's certain brokers that still won't even let you buy some of these stocks. So I think just from a, you know, supply and demand perspective in the marketplace, you're going to have an uplisting, which is going to create new demand, much more institutional money that can now get involved, mutual funds, so on and so forth. So my money and my bet in the marijuana space is much more catered towards, you know, America than it is Canada at this point in time. You know, America's kind of where Canada was 5-6 years ago.
Right, but the market is expanding and it's becoming more and more global. So you can't rule out the growers in Canada.
Yeah.
Kronos is a favorite of mine. I don't own it anymore, but I did. Tilray I still own, but Kronos is half owned by Philip Morris, which makes them formidable in and of itself. So I like Kronos the best of the growers, even though I have no position at the moment. All right, so I think we did quite well. Anybody want one more? That's it. I got room for one more.
You want to do MPC for me?
Yeah, sure.
And maybe just a quick look at Athersys, just because, you know, it wouldn't be a show without it, right?
BCRX.
All right. You got to do one of our stalwarts.
Athersys has been yo-yoing around, giving you the typical Athersys headache. But it found support at the 50. I like the candle today. If I didn't own a shipload of this, I'd be a buyer today.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and we're in a downtrend. Don't get me wrong. I'd still be a buyer. I know it's coming. I know it's coming down the road.
Weren't we supposed to get enrollment news by the end of the year that we haven't gotten yet?
Because Hardy and Gill are fighting, and Hardy says, "F you to Gill." You know, I don't have to tell you when the last patient was dosed. Maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure that you have to. In Japan, I really don't think you have to. So for all we know, the last patient in the Treasure trial has been dosed, and we'll get the result. We don't know.
I'm not jumping ship quite yet, Dr. J. Don't worry. I'm just, you know, the chatter that's out there is that we were supposed to get an announcement of enrollment, and you know, I think anything positive would help this stock. And you know, it's just kind of, you know, as Jake would say, he likes the board fighting, but for me, I'm a little bit more cautious about it. But you know, I'm in at a price level where I think that, you know, my downside risk is somewhat minimal compared to what the potential return could be here. So
I'm in the 7 years. I think my average is $1.71. And I mean, I've traded it and I've made a little money here and there, but basically opportunity, whatever you call it. I lost a lot of money by not being enough.
Cost of lost opportunity.
Yeah, lost opportunity cost, whatever it is.
Well, you got plenty of money. What are you worried about opportunity cost?
Because that would have been more money to put to better use.
Yeah, like you would have put all your money in one place.
Look, right now I'm still sitting at close to 40% cash, and I'm making more money per day than I've been making at any other time.
See, sitting in the banks that's your lost opportunity cost.
The doggone market is exploding, and I figured let me take a little off the table when it implodes.
Right. Well, that's
the implosion may not be for another year, but I don't care.
a whole other thing. Yeah, no, I know. I'm still saying April.
Could be. I'm not going to predict when, but I know it's going to happen, and I want some money off the table. But at the same time, I can swing with that money and keep it liquid. So that's my plan. Not to commit to totally invest at any given time. I'm just going to be swinging like like I used to when I was Alex's age.
Swinging in the wind.
Like the good old days.
Right. All right. Are we going to do NPC? Are you doing NPC for me?
I will. But how about the CRX?
Ah, so you're not going to do my request. That's okay.
I will do your request.
I could do my own due diligence because
I will definitely look at MPC, but this one blew $9. I added at $9.10. I added a ton more than I sold.
Unbelievable.
I am now fully committed to this. The line was crossed as far as I'm concerned. I'm in it to win it.
Yep.
So when that $9,
remember those days when the fundamentals, when the technicals didn't look.
I now own more than what I took off the table. I'm fully committed. I have some options, but I bought those.
Yeah, no, Arjun's options are probably looking really good right now. Because you went long term. You went long term.
The options I own are doing quite well, but I'm still in them. They're for June.
Yeah, he went for June.
Yeah,
I was looking at them. They weren't unreasonably priced, but that was about a week ago. Then I had to ask my broker for permission to start doing options. And by the time they gave me permission, I had no more money left.
Right. But this is a beautiful chart. It's where she stops, nobody knows. Let her go to 20. I don't care.
Yeah.
There'll be occasional pullbacks, but this baby wants to run. So let it run. And I'm doing MPC, and that's it.
Yeah, sounds good. Like I said, I just want to see if my my meager skills at reading charts.
Marathon Petroleum Corporation. Well, you don't need tremendous skills. This is a totally bullish chart. You just look for the opportunity to get in. Opportunity to get today was right about mid candle, the low of the day.
Yeah.
So if you got it today at the low of the day, you're doing fine.
I had I didn't actually put in a number for myself.
Do you like the energy sector? Some people are very high on the energy sector.
Well, the funny thing is we've been talking about, solar, electric. And then this guy's such a traditional petroleum company, but the stock is, behaving like these EVs are. It's got a nice upward trend, and I just don't know if this is cyclical, then then probably not. But if they know something we don't know.
It had a very nice run for a petroleum company from 36.
Right, and like you said, the 9 day seems to be indicating a lot of strength going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it looks attractive. There's no doubt about it. And it looks attractive as a long-term hold.
Right.
Just like BCRX, I wouldn't swing it. All right, so that
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I think so too. And we're about the hour mark, so that's perfect. And Jiggly's not here to annoy us about being too short. But let's say not annoy us. Let's say to cajole us into going longer.
If you want to see everybody's picks, Alex is doing well lately, and you're now a formidable picker, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got to start somewhere, earn some street cred somewhere. So I mean, I'm not doing too well this week. You know, when I look at the Lindas of the world. So you know, comparatively, I'm making money, but maybe not as much as some others who follow the show.
Well, that presumes that they're actually putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
Because we all know I'm not.
Yeah, Linda said ta-ta, and Jiggly said, can you chart the Buffalo Bills?
Well, speaking of football, I'd like to end the show by saying, as a Minnesota resident, I do think the Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super Bowl, regardless of who wins the AFC matchup. As much as it pains me to say it, Aaron Rodgers has that look in his eyes, like he is not going to be stopped.
Yeah, he wants it, doesn't he?
He's been bench pressing, squat pressing 420 pounds.
And hosting Jeopardy, and it's a jack of all trades, really.
Yeah.
So we're all thinking Buffalo Bills versus the Green Bay Packers, right, for the Super Bowl.
What about Kansas City?
What about him?
Kind of just depends if Mahomes plays or not. Yeah. He's in concussion protocol, but it's looking like he will probably play.
Nonetheless, there's a little bit of magic this year for the Buffalo Bills, I think.
I think the Bills are no sure thing to beat Kansas City. That's for sure.
No, there's no such thing as that.
I hope they do, because I want to see them in the Super Bowl. All right, so
on that note.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming, Alex. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't been watching live, I hope you've been watching on replay relatively quickly.
That guy's funny.
What we have to say is timely information. If you watch it 3 days later, it may be stale information.
Yeah, right. Don't watch the shows from last October.
Yeah. Adios, amigos. It's been real. Thank you again for coming, Alex. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yep. Thanks. Bye-bye.